What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're reviewing our very first buildable character, being General Grievous. That's set 75112. It had 186 pieces, retailed for 35 USD, and it came out in 2016. Now nowadays, this is only going for 67 new or 47 used. And this is kind of a hot topic. Some people really like the buildable characters, others don't. We're gonna break down this model's positives and negatives and see where it stands. And then also just, talk about buildable characters as a whole. If all of them are bad, or if some of them are only bad, we're really gonna break it down. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And to start us off, we'll begin by giving you guys a 360 view of the General. As you can see, he's very, very tall. Nearly 2 feet in height, or I'd say a third to half a meter in height. If you guys are familiar with Bionicle builds, he's quite similar to a Bionicle. Kind of intimidating looking as well. I think it really captures the overall look of Grievous. Let's now break him down area by area. And the first thing that I wanted to mention was look how awesome these feet look. The claws look very similar to what we see from the movie. And then making our way to the midsection of Grievous, he does have a printed chest piece along with a printed face. This would be a pain to apply if they were stickers. There's no stickers in this set, which is quite nice. The other thing that I wanted to mention was how movable he is. Now, if you want to get him in standard form like this, where he actually stands and doesn't fall over, it is a little tricky. But he is quite movable if you do decide to move him, maybe put him in a different pose. His arms also are quite movable. And give you guys a view of what he looks like at the back. Again, it is not as detailed in the rear of him as in the front, but again, I think that this does look quite similar to what we see from the movie. Again, that's what I'm mainly comparing this off of, which is what you should when taking a look at a figure like this. Unlike the humans, which we'll get into at the end of this review, they don't look good, they look very odd, whereas I feel with Grievous, it does fit. The other thing that you can do is if you wanted to put his arms together like what we see in the Clone Wars and also in the movie, and this is what I mean. It is a little bit of a struggle to get him to stand. You have to kind of play around with him. But once you do, he is quite menacing. And if you wanted to put the arms together, you have these Technic pieces right here. You get 2 of them. And you literally stick it right here. And you can combine the arms. I'm going to remove the lightsabers and I'll show you guys what that kind of looks like. So here he is without the lightsabers and the arms combined. Doesn't look terrible. Again, I do prefer him with the lightsabers on. I think he looks much cooler. But it is nice that they implemented that into this set. If you wished to put the arms together, you could. Let's just show off him with 2 lightsabers and give you guys an idea of what that looks like. So not too bad. This is actually the first time I've ever displayed him like this. I always have him with all 4 of his arms out, holding 4 lightsabers. Doesn't look terrible. Again, I think I do prefer him in his normal form. The other thing too, I can't stress enough, he's quite hard to stand. Like, you can do it, but it takes you about 20 seconds to just get him correctly balanced so that he can stand. But once he does, pretty cool looking figure. If you're a kid, I think you'd enjoy playing with this. If you like action figures as an adult like myself, he makes for a great display piece, and he is a little bit easier to stand if you have all 4 arms out, just because you can kind of move him around and balance him a little bit easier. But that pretty well does the Grievous. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. As we've discussed, I love this Grievous. I love the fact that he's so tall. This thing's like a third of a meter in height. It's definitely over a foot. I'd say it's maybe even a foot and a half in height, like crazy big. And if you're really wanting the UCS General Grievous, this is a great substitute. However, are all buildable minifigures, or buildable figures, are they all good? I have to say no. The human ones are atrocious. I hate the look of them. It just looks really off. But if it's like a character like General Grievous, or maybe a masked character like Darth Vader or a Stormtrooper, I'm all for it. I think that that really worked with those characters, but not, again, the human characters like Rey, Finn, Poe, Jyn Erso. Like, it just doesn't work. Like Boba Fett, something like that, a Scout Trooper, great, but just let's steer away from the human-looking characters or the human characters without a mask. But as always, guys, let me know what your personal thoughts are on this General Grievous as well as the buildable characters as a whole. Always interested to hear your guys' take. And again, if you're looking for a really cheap way to get a big Grievous, this is awesome. I mean, if you can get this for 67 new, I think it's worth that. Or even get it in good condition for 47 used. But that pretty well does the review. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future LEGO Star Wars reviews, comparisons. We do one of them every single Tuesday. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.